Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha, the God man. Listen, now I know I'm on video. What's going on? So today I want to talk about Sokka. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about the last Airbender a little bit, and I really want to focus on his character arc. I want to focus on how you can showcase intelligence and genius and all of those things and make it feel somewhat earned and also compelling. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Sokka is a very, very compelling character. We know he begins off as obviously like a sexist. He's clearly like he thinks women should do healing and take care of the kids, and men should do all the fighting and yada yada yada. But that's because he was left in charge of a village as a little boy because patriarchy, right? And that's the kind of beautiful thing about his tale, is because he kind of like he starts off like this, but as the show goes on, his sister, especially Katara, proves to him constantly that she's far more than capable, and obviously later Toph and everybody else really shows him like, yo, like we about this action. And the village with kind of the female warriors, when he gets there, he's like, man, I can, come on, I'm a guy, obviously I can win. And he gets his tail absolutely whooped, and he respects them and apologizes and starts to realize. And this goes on, and as the show goes on, he gains way more respect for women, and he understands that, yo, these people are just as strong, just as capable as we men are, despite the world trying to tell us, in society trying to tell us otherwise. And obviously then I want to talk about his genius, man. This guy, man, even like when he goes to that sky temple and Aang is kind of flipping, he helps your man with coming up with like goddamn flying blimps and doing all sorts of nonsense. Like he's so creative and figures out solution to things so well. He figured out how to make the flying blimp fly properly, but with a simple fix. And he does this throughout. Like later, by the end of the story, he plans the Fire Nation invasion. He plans that, he outsmarts so many people in order to help Aang win. Without Sokka, it'd be almost impossible for Aang to actually reach Fire Lord Ozai. And I think that's the beauty of it. I think they did such a phenomenal and great job in just building and portraying his character, and the fact that he's so well done. And he's obviously he's like a comic relief a lot of the times, but his comic relief usually has value. Like when we meet that what's that guy's name in the forest? See, I'm just going off memory, guys. I did rewatch some of it, but me names are horrible. But the guy that was going around trying to kill firebenders, right? I'll probably put an edit of the name here somewhere. And he was he was going around trying to kill firebenders, and Sokka was like, I don't trust this guy, and he was right. He was right that this guy was taking things way too far. He saw him like attack an elderly person, even though the elderly person was obviously defenseless, couldn't do nothing, and then he wanted to also destroy a whole town. Like, what the hell is going on? Jet, is his name was Jet, I'm pretty sure, right? And so that's the type of person he is. He's very aware, he's very good at reading people, and he doesn't really trust people. But these are just some aspects of what he does here. And obviously he's also glued to the team. He's Katara's big brother. He's the oldest in the crew basically, and I think he sometimes needs to be the maturity, even though that's Katara a lot of the times, what I'm saying? But I think he's just one of my favorite characters. He was my favorite character when I was growing up. Sorry that the camera movement is absolute dog water, but listen, I haven't like did a held camera video in I don't know how long, and I don't really know where to put the mic in comparison. I should probably have the mic like here. Like, I'm literally a musician, I should know this. But yeah, man, I just really wanted to glaze Sokka for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to give him a little bit of glaze, and that's crazy. Yeah, pause, yo. I wanted to give him a little bit of praise, and just his character, and the fact that actually there's a part I didn't really mention properly, is how in a world where there's like firebenders, goddamn water manipulators, goddamn airbenders, all type of shit, this guy stands out and defeats dudes with a boomerang, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's really out here battling it out, duking it out with some of the strongest folks, and he's competing despite having no powers. He just uses his intuition, his wits, and his intelligence to outmaneuver, outsmart, outthink, and end up defeating his opponents. You know what I'm saying? He does lose a lot, but he really do be fighting as well. Hey, combustion. You know what I'm saying? Come on, he helped defeat some very powerful people, and he plays such a pivotal role in general. Like, and I think I love when characters are like that. They're a little bit funny, a little bit jokey, but they're also useful. And I think Sokka is useful, and actually, quite frankly, he's a war genius. What do you guys think? It's been your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. Make sure you live, like, comment, and actually, let me add a little bit more context, because this guy actually, you know, he just wants to live up to his father's expectations. He wants to be a leader, and he eventually naturally progresses to become that. And he's given the table to lead the war room for the biggest war in goddamn Avatar history, in the world's history. You know what I'm saying? So one of the biggest wars in the world's history. So I think that speaks volumes to his capabilities as a tactician. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to end it that. It's been your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if I should do more videos like these. You know what I'm saying? It's just because I don't really get much time to edit, so that's why I thought maybe I'd give you some visuals. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna edit Jet's name since I remembered it, but I'm out.